Let's do today's video on God and faith. The other day I was thinking that the gap between God and humanity and the the other realities and this reality is part of that flesh, quote unquote, from the Bible. It's part of that ego that kind of keeps us trapped in forgetting the faith and that we're protected, because it's hard when you live in this reality to constantly remember that there's something else that's so much bigger than this. Because while we're here and while we're going throughout our days and while we're going to work and while we're doing everything, we see people get hurt and we have trouble with jobs and da-da-da and this and that. It's hard to follow your dreams and all this stuff, and it's hard to remember that behind that is something so much bigger and so much more powerful than we can imagine. That's why, as I say, when I started, one of the reasons I am actually here today the way I am with this spirituality and stuff is is Christianity, because that's where it all began. And I remember that, just like I do now, one of the reasons why I got out of it was because I kept getting to a point where it's like, I want more faith. I want to feel more faith. I want to have more faith. And so I kept going deeper and deeper and deeper. I was like, I want to know God more, like I want to know more. I want to know more. I want to know more, because you can't, the problem I think with a lot of religions is they just focus on their book, you know what I mean? And that's super boxed in, and they don't really try to expand beyond that. And so I was like, I want to know him more. I want to know her more. I want to know this more. And so I kept going, I just kept moving. And, I still feel that way today, because I don't think you're ever really going to know what that is on the other side. But because to me, the faith in your spirituality and your God is the biggest thing in the universe, because it's everything you're gonna do every day. It's everything you see. It's everything you feel. It's everything you don't feel. It's every experience. And for me, it's a test, because I keep testing reality, because it's like, well, as I do with this rabbit hole, how far does the rabbit hole go? And I say, okay, if God promises, motorcycles are too loud. Motorcycles are too loud. Motorcycles are too loud. If we really came to the test is that, if this is all real, spirituality, consciousness, karma, faith, God, and always promises to, like, always protect you, always guide you, always have your back. What's the Bible saying? Something like, you see how I take care of the birds and the animals. They don't ever have to ask for anything. I just give it to them. What more do you think I would do for you? And I was like, okay, well, I really want to test this, because we can be freer if we give ourselves to our faith. Because if we believe that, and that's the thing also that kind of had me questioning everything. I was like, you know what? A lot of these people everywhere across the board, they keep talking about they believe, but really nobody's life is really like, it shows it. You know what I mean? If anything, most people's lives, including my own, it just shows fear. There's really not a lot of faith about it. People have faith and say, well, I prayed, I hope everything, works out. But it's really not faith. Like, faith is like complete undying, like, letting go of control of life. It's that whole let go, let God thing. And it's so big for me because I feel like if I can do it, if I can help others to do it, we can reach a place of spiritual evolution that is beyond anything, and we can get out of these old paradigms of chains that keep us bound to these lives that are like worthless, that aren't full of inspiration, and they're not full of zest and pizzazz and barbecued chicken pizza, because that's the best thing there is. And so, go back to testing. And so I'm testing, I'm saying, okay, if everything across the board is telling me have complete faith and completely jump off into this realm of nothing and have faith, then I'm going to completely jump and have that faith as much as I possibly can muster, from moment to moment, until I build it to 100%, and let me see how it works. And for me, it's like manifestation, right? So if I follow my heart, which to me is God, is the higher consciousness, is my divine path. Everybody's is different. Will it give me everything I need? Not what I want, right? That has been the test. And I think, like I said, if we can all do that, if we can help each other, then I think we can move past this visual aspect of life and look to the magical that is not seen. And because that's what I think about every day. I think about, because on this path, and I know a lot of spiritual seekers really find this, you always think about giving up. I don't mean giving up like going and committing suicide or anything. I mean just giving up and being like, okay, it's been a hard ride. I'm going to go and give up again and just go back to forgetting about it and, living a mundane life as a robot. But I just never want to give up. I never want to give up, no matter how far it seems I've fallen or whatever the hell. Yeah. So that's this morning's thought. Faith, God, giving it all up, and letting go, completely letting go. And I would recommend a test for you too. Try that in your own life, If you're not feeling like you're living up to your potential, or you have dreams, or you need to go in specific places or directions, like try completely letting go and having a complete faith in what you believe in, that you will always be protected, and see what will happen. Because I've already seen it. And the funny thing is, I'm still afraid. I don't know if that fear will ever go away. But as I've said in other videos, the manifestation I've seen thus far has been beyond anything I could have ever imagined. And it's definitely divine, and it's definitely pure manifestation from a source that's higher than myself, simply because I stepped off of that cliff and flew. And it's a beautiful and amazing thing. And I would love to see you guys, either post here, tell me your stories about how you've given up, and you've given to God and let go, and tell me about the beautiful things that have happened to you and the things you've experienced and the magical that you've seen, because these are all things that inspire us all to keep on trucking and doing that. Good morning. I hope you have a good day. It's a nice day. Feel good. And be happy. Have a good day, guys. Bye.